Patil sir, good afternoon. I have joined.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you.
So very good afternoon to one and all. Respected resource person for this afternoon session, Mr. Mukund Kulkarni sir, holding a B Mechanical degree, MBA gold medalist, director expert, a group of solution, works in the field of IT engineering and team of size of 1400. Mr. Kulkarni is associated various educational institute and industrial organization. He is mentor for IIT students at IIT Jodhpur. So indeed, it is really a pleasure and honor for all of us to have him here as a resource person. Kulkarni sir will deliver a talk till 4:30, and at 4:30 we will have our validatory session. So sir, you can continue till 4:30 और 4:30 बजे हम एक validatory session रहेगा सर हमारा एक 10 मिनट का.
Okay.
Okay. Over to you, sir.
Right. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope I am audible. My request to a couple of people is to say yes so that I can...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Participants are muted, sir.
Okay.
They can only tell in the chat box, sir.
Understand. Okay. So I am properly audible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Right. So, thank you for responses in chat box. I have fairly understood that I am reaching to all of you. As introduced, I'm an industry person, a first generation entrepreneur. We college friends run organization, almost 1,400 people as told in introduction. We work in India, we work in Germany, we work in Netherlands, we work in USA, and certain support activities to another 10 European countries in the field of IT and in the field of engineering, core engineering, mechanical engineering. How I will be approaching this subject of skill development is how industry looks at it. So if you look at the focus areas, if you look at the opening slide, let us understand first thing is what is market. Second is what market demands. And third is how to meet the expectation of market. So I am bringing the market perspective of skill development while talking to all of you. So this is how we will proceed. Rafi sir, one quick question that can I have some question answer sessions in between, because there are some logical steps, so that time you can unmute the people and I can take question answer. It will be relevant. Otherwise, listening for 1.5 hours and then asking question will be a quite complex one. Will that be okay?
Yes, sir. In fact, it should be a participative and the interactive session.
Perfect. So I will take pauses logically and we'll put up the questions. Right. Okay. Just give me a minute. Some hassle with the presentation. Finding some problem with the presentation, so restarting it. Facing some problem with Microsoft. Please bear with me. You. Sir, is presentation visible?
Yes.
It is not showing complete.
Yes, it is visible. Only first slide is visible.
Yeah, it is blur. I can see
Yes.
that. काय करते? वेगळ्या नावाने सेव्ह करतो का तिला? We can save that. बाकीचे क्लोज करून टाकू आपण. इतर गोष्टी क्लोज करूया. Okay. Sir, is it visible now? Is
Yes,
presentation?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. Okay. Right. So sorry about that. Probably one of the most difficult things of the world is putting presentation either on projector or in any team or Zoom meeting. So we face similar hassle. Okay. There are few opening questions. As I told you, who am I? I am an entrepreneur. With whom I am talking to? I am talking to educational leaders. I repeat my words. I am talking to educational leaders. I am not talking to teaching staff. I am talking to educational leaders because you people are most exposed and visible to the young talent. And if you act as leaders, and then only they will act as followers. So they will grasp, they will follow, they will understand more things if you act as leader rather than just educational expert. So that is why I term you fraternity as educational leaders. What am I aiming at? I am aiming at to share how industry looks at skill development. Conventionally, we look at skill development in a different way. We see that there are national programs, there are state programs on skill development. But if you just conduct survey and ask industry people that there are huge number of skill development programs going across India, and how many people you are selecting on the basis of that skill development program, you will get answer what industry talks about. So actual skill development is slightly different than what skill development is being executed. The expectations are a bit different. What I expect from you Actually, I am aiming at my objective is if I am successful to tell you what industry expects from skill development in your institute, in your college, in your university, you should be in a position to establish a framework to provide holistic view about skill development to the students. So skill development is not really everything will be hand holding. You will have to give some framework and you will have to give viewpoint to the students that how they should look at it. So that is the major aspect which I am going to convey you, so that in your institution or either in a smaller way or in a larger way, you will be in a position to establish skill development framework on which you can continue. How students looks at, if you ask student genuinely, dear, what you are looking at, that student will tell, be it from commerce faculty, be it from engineering faculty, be it from medicine faculty, or be it from history. She will tell that I want to be a professional. Then I wish to prove myself in the market. And third, I wish to earn from myself. So these three things a student will tell. I repeat, I want to be a professional, I wish to prove myself in the market, and I wish to earn for myself is the student which he is looking at when it comes to career. Now, we will have to provide him that what is that market and what one should do about it. Let us understand, when we say market, when we say marketplace, what are the professional opportunities which are available into the market. The slide is self-explanatory, but I will give one-line explanation of all categories, so that you will understand. There are these multiple professions are available into the market. I can be a research person. Innovation, creativity is a major role. Bringing something which is not there. Solving problems which are really irritating to customer is job of researcher. Then product development and product manufacturing. Just replace word by product to service. It is the same thing is applicable. The way we say product development, it will be service development, and service product manufacturing is equal to service provision. Like that, both product and service opportunities are available. Then in market, there are product-driven services. What I mean is, if I sell automotive into the market, then that automotive is to be serviced. So there is a product and service is to be provided. When we say a courier service, a product is I want to move material from my one location to another location. So there is a product and somebody is doing logistics activity for that. It's a product-driven service. But if you take doctor, if you take chartered accountant, if you take administrative services, these are core services. The chartered accountant works on compliance to financial requirement and regulatory requirements. Doctor takes care of your health issues. So these are core services, pure services. So these are also available into the market, but market needs more kind of product-driven services. So that is another good opportunity area. Then daily need support services. Typically, you can cover all traders into it, all shopkeepers into it. So these are services which are provided into the market. That's the daily need. Then there are commercial services, which already I explained. The chartered accountant is commercial service. The company secretary is commercial service. Commercial and legal service. Maybe lawyer is a commercial service. Administrative service is another opportunity into professional market. I need not explain you. All government services comes under it. And knowledge-driven services, where you people come into the picture. whether it is school, whether it is nursery, whether it is college, whether it is university, or whether it is the coaching class. All these are knowledge-driven services. Or go on internet space, even the share trading training is being given on internet. So again, it's a knowledge-driven service. So these are professional opportunities available into the market. So when we say I want to develop the skill, first thing what one should know that what is available there in the market, what I want to cater to, and accordingly I need to develop the skill. So I take first pause here, that have we understood what are the opportunities in the market and how they can be categorized. This list is not exhaustive, but it is important when we talk about skill development, when we talk about career, we should know what is there into the market. We will take a couple of questions if you have.
Rakesh sir, please unmute the participant, those who wanted to ask questions or interact with them.
Okay. I think if there are no questions, we will move ahead. That's not a problem. Is presentation visible?
Not yet.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then second question, what are the professional activities available into the market? Let us ask next question. Who provides these professional opportunities to the students, those who are fresher, those who want to enter into job market, or those who want to enter into the entrepreneurship? Who provides them opportunity? Government organizations are there, government undertakings are there, multinational companies are there, large corporates are there, medium enterprises are there, small organizations are there, micro units are there, and there are self-employed. So these are the opportunity providers into the market. So when I want to enter into market, first I should know what opportunities are there, which I mentioned, like right from research to knowledge-driven services. These are professions, and these are my probable employers. If it is self-employed, I can be employer myself. I can start my micro company. I can start my small company. I can start my medium company. So I can be entrepreneur or I can be employee in the listed companies. So these institutions, these organizations are going to provide me opportunity in the given field. Let it be research, or let it be knowledge-driven services, let it be product-driven services, something like that. So these are my opportunity providers, and we should have a clear idea about it, that professions in the market and these sort of organizations are going to give me opportunity. So I must understand what they expect from me, what a profession expect from me, and what these companies expect from me. I will give bit elaboration. Let us understand what government organization expects from a person. Multinational companies expect different thing from the same person. So I need to ask myself, is government organization my target or is multinational organization is my target? And based on my target, my skill development sets will have to be decided and I need to work accordingly. If I want to work in medium-sized organization, then large multinational organization expects something else and medium organization expects something else. So I must understand it and work accordingly. Otherwise, what happens? Someone who will get selected in medium organization, not necessarily the person will get selected in multinational company. So that particular point, we as guide, mentor of students will have to teach them, will have to guide them. It is not directly jumping to any skill development program. The rationale of skill development, the demand of skill development has to be understood and explained. Okay. What can how can I work in professional market is next question, which I have already elaborated. I will summarize. I can do any activity, any profession into the market. I can work in any kind of organization, and there are three things. An entrepreneur, not necessarily that I will be entrepreneur in government organization and government undertaking. Of course, the entrepreneur or the owner there is government. But below that, I can be part of ownership, that is entrepreneur. I can be employee or go to the service provision market, daily need market. I can be trader, I can be wholesaler, I can be sole seller. So I can be self-employed. Friends, understand, a plumber is self-employed guy. Mochi, who sits on the road, is self-employed guy. He gives employment to himself. It's a different way of working. So these three ways by which I can enter into the market, I need to decide, yes, I want to work in production, I want to be employee, and I want to work in mid-sized company. So these are three things. If one decides, one can understand what kind of skill development the person should have. It is bit detailed elaboration of role, and I will spend some time on this. Let us understand what are the roles available. Entrepreneur is a role. I am owner, I am forming my company, and I should have something so I can be into the professional market as an entrepreneur. This is first role which is available. Second role is I can be leader, I can be manager, or I can be administrator. So again, it is role, but of leadership. There are 10, 12, 5, 15, 500, 5,000 people working under me, and I am supposed to guide them. I am a fresher. I need not worry much about 5,000, but definitely in 6 months period, there can be 6 people under me. Or on day one, there can be 10 people. Imagine that I join in a courier company and there are 10 courier boys. I will have to guide them. I join Zomato. Then there are 20 delivery people which I will have to administrate. So from day one, if I am MBA graduate, I should be in a position to handle this. So I need my mindset to be of leader, manager, or administrator. The third role is of coordinator. The person who is not leader by himself, no big team works under him, but this coordinator works with 20 different people. So typically, if you say back office work, they will get message from someone, they will transfer message to another, they will assign activity to someone, and they will coordinate everything and finally ensure that the service is provided. So that is the third role which is available. The fourth role available is of executor. I am a doer. A coordinator, I am a courier boy. A coordinator has assigned me a job for delivering one thing to another thing, another location. I am a Zomato guy. Some message came to me. Here, coordinator is my app. So I get that. So I go there and I execute, I do delivery. Then third activity is I am support member or I am an assistant. I am working in office, I am office boy. There is no direct responsibility, but when it comes to filing, when it comes to some data entry, when it comes to going to bank and completing the activity, this is role of assistance. So that is available. Or I am in hospital, there is a doctor around and I am supposed to do everything which doctor tells me to do. I am not a technical guy, but I am his assistant. I am his support member. Then there are three distinct roles. One is innovator, as I told you in research or whatever. He is R&D man, he is development man, he is creative guy, he is innovative guy. Highly core technology person is another role which is available, mainly available for technical people. And next role is problem solver. This is equally difficult. Market faces so many problems. So somebody sells the product. Say I buy water heater on internet. So, but once that sale is done, there is someone who will have to install that water heater. And then one day I will face problem, I will communicate, and then problem solver will come. In company, design activities are going on, and I supply design to my customer. There are problems. Existing people are not capable to address the problem. Then senior member will come as problem solver. So this is again innovative, creative activity. And last is mentor, trainer kind of activity where you people are doing the work. You are mentoring students, you are training people in the similar way. In the organization, there are subject matter expert. Their job is to train technical people. Their job is to train delivery people. Their job is to train maintenance people. So they are mentor and trainer. At micro level, these are the professions which are available. So what we have seen till now, we have seen three things. Which professions are available? Number one. Which organizations can provide me the opportunities? Number two. And number three, at micro level, what role I can perform while working into the market? That these three important things which we have seen. This is first phase of the skill development. If these things are not available, asking somebody that you go and take AI training and then go ahead, then you will have to go and check how many AI training trained students get job. Go and do data administration training. Just check 100 students and check how many of them are getting the job. Or go and do what? Tally course and ask them, 100 students have done tally course. How many of them got job on the basis of tally? We tell, do ERP training. Ask 100 students, what happened to you? Have you really got job on the basis of ERP training? All these answers are normally not very encouraging. Why these are not encouraging? Because I have not decided what is my profession. I have not decided in what kind of organization in which I want to work. And I have not decided what role I am going to perform. So when I learn, all these things are mismatched. When I go to interview, I cannot create the impression. So that becomes the problem. Hence, these fundamentals should be understood. Any questions?
They can. I think participants can put a question in chat box also. No problem.
Well, chat box kuda bagta hai tu. I am viewing chat box as such. There are no questions. Okay. Okay. That's okay. We will proceed. Not a problem. I am assuming that things are going well. Huh? Otherwise, it should not happen that I am telling something, and it's a problem of online program, that we really do not know what is the mindset and what's the body language of participant. So do put up question if you have. Okay, I can see a couple of questions. Okay. Okay. I have noted your question. How an entrepreneur helps entrepreneur to develop a company. It's quite open question, but I will answer in one line, that every employee does not really mean he will not have ownership characteristics. Only circumstances force him to do a job. But he is manager, he is leader, he carries couple of good characteristics which owner or entrepreneur carries. So such people, while executing the work, they think the way owner or entrepreneur think. And that is how they improve the speed and efficiency of the organization through their thought process. And that is how the entrepreneur helps entrepreneurs to grow the organization. Growing the organization is not job of single person, that is owner or entrepreneur. Okay. How do we inculcate values of skill education amongst students? In subsequent course of action, I will bring this point and reply. There are a couple of slides to answer on this. Okay, good. Start putting your question. Okay. Okay. What sort of courses should be, skill development courses should be undertaken for science students? Again, we will take up when we will go through some specific slides. I can understand the point. I have noted this question as well. Okay. Let us move to the.
उसको बुलाया मैंने, इतना इम्प्रेशन बता, मैं बोला था आज बुलाया मैंने उसको, आ रहा बुलाओ, आते बुलाया मैंने उसको,
प्रेझेंटेशन पुढे नाही जात. एक सेकंड, यांनी जात आहे का बघू आपण. इकडनं नो इश्यू. Okay. Now we have seen various roles. Friends, in normal course of skill development training program, you will not get this slide. This slide typically will come from the persons, those who conduct the interview, or those who employ people. So it will come from the employer, or it will come from a very senior recruitment person. Any role or any job is divided or is characterized by three different characteristics. One is nature of work. Second is risk involved in doing that work. And third is driving force. Okay. I will explain all. This is very important, and you need to judge your student that in which category he or she falls. Let us go for nature of work. Nature of work is divided into three categories. One is called as transaction. Transaction. What is transaction? Somebody is giving me data and I am entering that data. Is a transaction. I am not adding any brain. Somebody has given me on piece of paper and I am entering that into Excel sheet. No great value addition. It's just copying from one place to another place. This is transaction. I am standing on automatic machine and I am supposed to load the job and press two buttons and machine will start and job will get manufactured. It's a transaction. The next is value-added job. What is value-added job? Let us take example that I am also data entry operator, but there is no fixed pattern in which I get data. It is randomly written. So I get prescription from doctor. One doctor writes in one way, another doctor writes in another way. I am supposed to read it and then enter accordingly. Everybody will have different format, but I am supposed to enter data into right field. So I will have to read the prescription. I will have to understand what it is and enter the relevant fields. If some fields are vacant, empty, I will have to go back to the agency and get the data. It's a value-added activity. And third is creative activity, where I am either solving some problem or I am creating something. So now somebody has entered the data, and now I am analyzing that data and telling that the common diseases are like this, the common given medicines are like this. So giving feedback to medicine companies that these medicines are popular into the market, doctors appreciate it because of so and so reason, and hence you should promote so and so medicine. It's a creative work. Somebody says my sale is not going, creatively he is telling how to improve the sales. So this is how nature of work decides what kind of work you are doing. You are doing transaction, you are doing value addition, or you are doing creative work. Second category of work is divided into, is based on risk involved in doing the work. Low risk, medium risk, and high risk. Okay. I will explain something like this. You are carrying 2 kgs of a fruit box. Involves some degree of risk. I am carrying. मैं 2 kg वाला आम का डिब्बा कैरी कर रहा हूं, 2 kg वाला. There is some risk involved into it. I am material handling person. I am lifting it and keeping it from one vehicle to another vehicle. Now let us see medium risk. A nurse is carrying 2 kg baby, newly born baby. You will have to handle it with care because it's a newly born baby. You will have to hold it to your chest. Again, it's a 2 kg baby. The mango box is also 2 kg. It's a medium risk. And imagine that you are carrying the ammunition of 2 kgs. You are an army person and there is a 2 kg bag which has explosive. So you need to carry it with different risk. So it's a high risk area. Everywhere you are carrying a 2 kg material, which is of typically a given size, say 1 feet by half feet, and you are carrying this. So I have given some example to understand how different jobs carry different risk. Of course, people are rewarded based on risk. The person who keeps mango from one box to one vehicle to another vehicle will get some salary. A nurse who carries baby of 2 kg get another salary, and the person who carries risky explosive gets another salary. These are the rewards which market gives. It's a risk basis division. And third is what is driving force of your work is the third way of dividing the work that you do, the role that you do. One is effort driven. I am working in a garage. I am helper. My job is to give spanner to mechanic. It's an effort driven activity. My job is to remove wheel from the assembly. Just open the nut. It's an effort driven activity. Now in the same garage, I am mechanic. I am supposed to repair the problem which is there. So it's a skill driven activity. And third person who says that this vehicle does not carry this accessory. So there is no reverse camera, but I want you to fit reverse camera into my vehicle. I want you to fit front camera into my vehicle. I want you to put collision sensor into my vehicle. It is not only skill driven activity, it's a knowledge driven activity. I must understand what is that 360-degree camera. I must study it. I must apply it. Use skilled person, use effort person, and fit that on the vehicle. So these are driving forces. Either efforts drives your role, skill drives your role, or knowledge drives your role. So that is how the roles are divided into three categories. If any question, if so, you can put it into chat box or you can unmute and ask the question. I will wait for a minute. If there is some question in chat box, I will take or I will proceed further. And we will use this as a standard method. We'll wait for 2 minutes and then we'll proceed. Yeah, excellent question. Is there any test to categorize the student? Yeah, nice question. I will tell you the test. Not very scientific, but how we test will tell you. It's a good question. Okay, we'll go and we'll definitely take this question. I am just noting it down so that I do not miss it. Now, till now, what we have seen is what are different professions available, what type of different institution, organization provides me role job opportunity, what are different types of roles, and what are the categorization of that role, whether it is risk, whether it is transaction or type of work, and whether it is effort driven or whatever. Now, these all are input side of it. Question arises, I am at work. I have chosen some job. I am a mechanic. I am a data entry operator. I am a teacher. I am a courier boy. I am an engineer. I am a software developer. I am laboratory technician. I am receptionist at hotel. I am receptionist at hospital. I am receptionist at corporate. All these are roles. Remember, my friends, from every role, not with same gravity, but your employer demands following things. The first thing is expected from you is quality. What is quality? You are supposed to do something and you have done it. Is quality. I am receptionist. I am supposed to attend the person. I am supposed to understand problem. I am supposed to address query of that particular person is my job. And I am supposed to do it with a smiling face. Now I do it promptly. Second is I see a receptionist. He or she keeps talking on mobile and I am standing in front. Issue of quality. Then the performance is cost. The second performance is cost. Now, I am a buyer. I am a purchasing guy. I am supposed to buy material for company. And there are two people. I buy some item at 47 rupees. Another fellow buys item at 46 rupees. He is cost effective. But then cost and quality has to be seen together. So he will buy at cheaper rate, but product will fail after 4 hours. I will spend one rupee extra, but product will work for 10 days. And the life is expected as 10 days. So quality and cost is seen together. The third aspect is delivery. You have phoned someone and you want some material to get delivered after 3 days. So there is some fabricator, you have some fabrication work to do at home. Fabricator says, sir, wo 14 तारीख को हो जाएगा. Today is 10th. 14th no work, 15th no work, 16th no work. He says, नहीं कर रहा हूँ, material नहीं है, and all that. So there is a delivery issue. Maybe somebody will deliver on 14th. But you will find that it is not welded properly. So there is a quality issue. So we check quality, we check cost, we check delivery. That somebody puts on 14th and says, सर वो ये टाइप का टीन अवेलेबल नहीं था तो मैंने वो टाइप का टीन यूज किया, वो था 75 रुपए स्क्वायर फुट, ये है 86 रुपीज स्क्वायर फुट, तो 11 रुपए से ज्यादा पैसे दे देना. He will not ask you question, should I go for that? I don't want 11 rupees extra. I can delay my work for 3 days. We never know. So we don't like that person. So this is how quality, cost, and delivery is checked. Now response time. In the days of mobile, SMS, and WhatsApp, this response time becomes very important. Friends, you send message to your friend, and if friend does not reply you in 2 hours, you are annoyed. इतनी देर से मैसेज भेजा है, कोई मेरे को रिस्पॉन्स नहीं कर रहा है, 5 बार फोन किया, आप रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहे हो. So that becomes a response time. Probably you can lift the phone and tell, I cannot respond you for 3 hours. I cannot answer you right now. Please message me. If you do it promptly, then your response time is good. I can't wait and assume that you are in some emergency or urgency and I am not calling you for chatting. You are supposed to do a job for me and you are supposed to answer me. So if not, I know you can be under emergency, but I should be aware that you are under emergency so that I can look at another avenues. So response time is important. Then efficiency. What is efficiency? If something has to be done in 6 hours, if it is done in 6 hours, it is efficient. If something is to be done in 6 hours and I finish it in 5 hours, I am really efficient person. If something calls 6 hours and I take 11 hours, I am not efficient guy. Reason could be anything. And that is what is seen. And for top level, profitability is one indicator. I will not deal with that because at student level, you are not supposed to talk about that. But these are the parameters on which an individual is assessed. It is not only quality, it is not only cost, it is delivery, response time, efficiency. All those aspects put together decide how you are performing and what is your progress. तो मेरे स्टूडेंट को ये पता होना चाहिए कि भाई जब उसको जॉब लगेगा तो उसकी क्वालिटी ऑफ वर्क देखी जाएगी, वो कॉस्ट देखा जाएगा. तो कॉस्ट तो इधर जूनियर आदमी को इफिशियंसी में इंक्लूड हो जाता है. सपोज माय एवरीडे वेज इज 1000 rupees and I am supposed to do 5 transaction in one day. तो मतलब एक ट्रांजैक्शन का कीमत हो गया 200 रुपए. तो मैंने एक दिन में सिर्फ 4 ही ट्रांजैक्शन किया इंस्टेड ऑफ 6. तो मेरे एक ट्रांजैक्शन का कीमत हो गया 250 रुपीज. तो कॉस्ट कंज्यूम्ड बाय दिस पर्सन इज मोर बिकॉज द पर्सन इज इनएफिशिएंट एंड दैट इज हाउ मार्केट लुक्स एट. तो हमारे स्टूडेंट को मालूम होना चाहिए कि क्वालिटी, कॉस्ट, डिलीवरी, रिस्पॉन्स टाइम, इफिशियंसी are primary parameters which are looked at into the market and one should be ready for that. There are other, these are quantitative parameters. आपने 100 डिलीवरी करना था, आपकी 85 डिलीवरीज ऑन टाइम है, तो 85 against 100. You are supposed to make 100 laddus in 2 hours of this size, आपने ज्यादा साइज वाले लड्डू बनाए तो 10 ज्यादा साइज वाले बनाए तो your rating is 90. So these are all are quantitative parameters where performance can be measured. There are certain parameters which are qualitative parameters. People do observe that, and based on that, it is decided whether you are right person or not, whether you have good skills or not, whether you have good characteristics or not. That is seen. Customer satisfaction. You go to your customer, and what customer talks about you. You teach to students, what student talk about you is customer satisfaction. I am a delivery boy. What my customer talks gives me feedback, whether gives me rating 4, whether gives me rating 5. I am Ola taxi driver. I get rating. So it's a customer satisfaction. Creativity. What is my creativity? Is seen, and this is emergency based. This is situation based. I am driving from Kothur to Pune airport. रास्ते में क्राउड है तो टैक्सी ड्राइवर अपना दिमाग लगा के मुझे कैसा वे निकाल के एयरपोर्ट लेके जाता है टाइम पे इज अ क्रिएटिव वे ऑफ वर्किंग ऑफ दैट पर्सन. दैट इज हाउ ही सॉल्व्स माय प्रॉब्लम. एक ड्राइवर बोलेगा सर वो हो गया अभी जुलूस निकला है मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता देखो आपको क्या करना है. दूसरा बोलता है सर 4 किलोमीटर लंबा हो जाएगा लेकिन हम ऐसा घूम के सेनापति बापट रोड से चले जाएंगे. I am more happy with that person for his creative way of solving my problem. Third is systematic way of working. At end of the day, you send report to your boss. You have given me following activities. These are completed. These are not completed. These are not completed because of that. Whether I am of this category or next day, boss says what you have done till question is asked, I do not reply. It can be another category. I am judged on that. And synergy. Synergy means how I go with my colleagues. Am I a happy guy? Am I a team member? Am I cooperative? I am quarreling? I am aloof? All these aspects are seen and you are analyzed. Now, why we should talk about these performance parameters? Because student before going to job should know about it that on these parameters, he will be watched when he is at job. So if he is ready today, he will perform better over there. आप स्टूडेंट को पढ़ाते हो क्योंकि वो एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर पाए. तो ये 10 क्वेश्चन प्रोफेशनल एग्जाम में पूछे जाते हैं, देखे जाते हैं, मॉनिटर किए जाते हैं. तो इट इज योर रोल टू टेल हिम that on these 10 parameters, you are going to get assessed and be ready. Based on that, you will be successful. Based on that, you will be selected. So these are the things that we need to look at. So this is how the qualitative parameters, cost, quality, delivery, response time, efficiency, I will keep profit away, and customer satisfaction, creativity, system, and synergy. These are the parameters which are seen and monitored. Now, last slide of this particular section. I have divided presentation into 2 sections. What happens? If you see typical rating, pyramid of reward, success, and satisfaction, it goes like this. 5% people come out as high reward, high success, high satisfaction. Very high. 10% with high level of reward, success, satisfaction. 15% with medium reward, medium success, medium satisfaction. 25% with average and 35% with low. I am just generalizing it. तो आप कहोगे कि यही क्राइटेरिया है तो why I should struggle? मैं जहां हूं वहां रहूंगा. It's not the case. In industry, people keep shuffling. Average becomes low, low becomes average. Medium becomes average, average becomes medium. So there is an internal dynamics by which people move up and down, and that is why you should work. That is why you should focus. That is why you should improve. And this pyramid is controlled by what? Friends, understand there is something which is called as work distribution hierarchy. You take any work, only 5% of work is very, very complicated. 10% of work is very complicated. 15% of the work is of medium category. 25% of the work is of general category, and 35% of work is of low category. So you will have to divide manpower of any organization like this. I want 5% super intelligent. I want 10% intelligent. I want 15% who are all-rounder. I want 25% those who are average, listen to me. And I want 35% who will just do low level of work. Because my work distribution is like this. And I'm sorry, but in general, if you take normal distribution of world, then more or less this pattern is followed. Not necessarily that every person in this world will work in ISRO, and every person of this world is capable of working in NASA, and everybody is capable of working in DRDO. And everybody of us can become doctor, and everybody of us can do a great coding for AI. No, there are different intelligence, there are different skills, there are different interests, and that is how activities get divided. Second, market is competitive and there are cost pressures. Hence, you need to have this pyramid. I need to have a person with 2 lakh salary. I need to have people with 1 lakh salary. I need to have people with 50,000 rupees salary. I need to have people with 25,000 salary. And I need to have people with 15,000 salary. If I give 2 lakh to everybody, my product or service will not be commercially viable. And if I take everybody of 15,000, my product or service will not be viable. Because there is a market competition. If I don't do it, my competition will do it and I will be wiped out. And performance moves up and down based on ability and interest. If I am not a great coder, I cannot give extraordinary performance because I don't have that skill, or I don't have that interest, or I don't have that ability. But I can be a good quality tester. I can be good database administrator. I can be good project manager. And that is why where is my ability, where is my aptitude, where is my interest has to be seen. So this is how we will have to look at. So we have completed 1 hour. We have completed our first session. If there are questions, we will take. This is fundamental part of skill development. And now we discuss on framework. We will work on mechanism. So if there are questions, we will take. Yeah, there is a good question. I have noted that is SWOT helps for identifying knowledge or skill of student. I will say answer is 50% point is adequate. SW is good enough if you want to know knowledge and skill of a person. That is S and W. What is strength of a person and what is weakness of a person? Because opportunities and threats are there in the market. I have a strength and I have a weakness. There is an opportunity in the market and there is opportunity in the market, threat in the market, which is going to impact me. So answer is yes, you must analyze strength and weakness of a person and do it accordingly. If somebody is very analytical in nature, he can be good coder. But if somebody is not analytical, but people-oriented guy, he can be a project guy. He can be a project management guy. So I will not tell him to do masters in coding or masters in software. I will ask the person to do masters in project management. So yes, strength and weaknesses will have to be analyzed. Any other question? We will wait for 2 minutes. Okay, we will proceed. We'll move to part 2. Does skill development mean couple of technical, vocational, or soft skill courses? Friends, if you ask me, this is the biggest question today. You talk about skill development and you will put that person into some training. Be it technical course, be it vocational course, or be it soft skills course. Of course, all three are important, but that does not make person complete. If answer is no, then what is it in real sense? So skill is equal to fundamental training plus subject matter training and plus soft skill training. So if these three things are together, then the person is good. I will give 2 quick examples and this will get addressed, or maybe I will give you 3 examples. I am mechanical engineer and I do not understand fundamentals of gear, but I am very good in CAD software. With just knowledge of skill of CAD software, I cannot do good gear design because I don't understand fundamentals of gears. I am good at understanding features of Tally software, but I do not understand basics of accounting codes. There is no point in me knowing Tally better. I am BSc Physics, working in the field of, say, physics only, science only. But my understanding about the pressure, force, and torque is not clear. Then nobody is going to respect me when I am at that field. How good I am conducting the experiment mechanically, but I don't understand rationale of it. So fundamentals are important. Why I am stressing this point, I will tell you. I was sitting in front of a very senior designer of BHEL Trichy. We were talking on some welding. And there was some problem which was getting discussed, and I reacted on some problem differently. वो BHEL के जो सीनियर बंदे थे, PhD थे, उन्होंने कहा कि कुलकर्णी जी आप धंधा मत करो, फिर से एक बार 2 महीने कॉलेज में जाओ और वेल्डिंग सीख के आओ. Your welding fundamentals are not clear. Don't drive your business like this. At least don't design product by using welding. Why I have given my example? This is what I talked nonsense about fundamental of welding. And then the person gave me this feedback. So why I gave this example, that whatever subject you are teaching, friends, understand, if you are teaching history, there is a fundamental to the history. I am not teacher of history, but I can tell you that history will have some fundamentals. You will have to tell those fundamentals and then teach the history. The subject will become interesting and the student will understand it. Taking this as my learning, friends, I have told you which professions are available into the market, which roles are available in the market, and which organization provides the opportunity. So I talked about market when you asked me to deliver lecture on skill development, and that is called as fundamental approach. The skill is a tool. A market is a reality. So you must go to fundamental. Skill is a tool and market is a reality. So what happens that we overemphasize the tool. Trust me, other day I was facing problem of failure of a product in automotive. The failure percentage was 0.02%. We had data of 2 years. I am not exaggerating. I have sent that problem statement to 3 IITians to use probability theory and reply me. Only one replied. That's the practical understanding. And when somebody says IITian, then she must be one of the top 5,000 students of India in that particular year. And that's the fundamental. So that training is important. Subject matter training is important. And then soft skills are important. Okay, that's the important. Let's move further. Then what is real, how to achieve the performance, how to train a person. So you can't train person just in one. There has to be technical, technological training. There is a subject matter training. Okay, I am engineer. I will take example of that. Gear. Somebody will teach me gear, technical training or technological training. How gear is designed and how gear is manufactured is a technical training or in technological training. But gear is there in watch. Gear is there in a pump. Gear is there in automotive, and gear is there in bicycle. And all these gear behave differently in different application. Gear in a watch is a different gear than a gear in bicycle, though both are called as gear. And that is subject matter. It's an applied part of it. So that must be taken care. Then people skill. At workplace, you work with people. You never work alone. Okay? I have a customer who is a person. I have supplier who is a person. I have colleague who is a person. I have boss who is a person. I have deputy who is a person. I am supposed to interact with all of them. I have government agency. There is an auditor who is a person.
True.
So we deal with people. So people skills are important. Then personal and behavioral skill. You are always assessed by yourself.
Yes.
People skill is how you interact with others, but personal skill is how you present yourself at work. When it is anger, how you deal with. When it is pressure, how you will deal with. When you are in front of bosses, how you will deal with. Deal with means what will be your inner reaction. That is the aspect which one must know. Then there are commercial and legal skills. For every activity, there is a money transaction. You can't say that I don't care about money. My job is data entry. You can't say I am assistant to doctor. I will not take care of money. You really do not know the syringe that you have in your hand, whether it is of 3 rupees or 3,000 rupees. You don't know. You will have to have that sense. So there has to be commercial sense to a person. And then most important today, where things are changing very rapidly, you should have ability to learn. You should have ability to unlearn. Forget about what you learned yesterday because technology has changed, method has changed. And third most important is you should have ability to relearn. Do you know a very funny thing about software industry? There are many people who gets removed from their job at the age of 45, maximum at the age of 50. Why? Because of age, because of their past work, they reach to salary of 3 lakh rupees. But they lose the ability of learn, unlearn, and relearn. Now there is a 25-year guy who says, I will work at 70,000 rupees and I can replace him. So businessman says, hey, why I should pay 3,000 when somebody is doing in 70,000 rupees? And the person gets replaced, and these people come down to salary of half and work in another organization. This is mainly because they feel that they are experienced, and now I need not learn, unlearn, and relearn. And the problem occurs. I, as owner of the company, visit at least 2 exhibitions every year and attend 2 workshops, seminars, conferences every year to know where market is going. Because my elder brothers, my big bosses, industry leaders talk over there, and it is my job to go there and learn. It is my job to go there and unlearn where I am doing wrong. And my job is to go there and relearn what is going to come tomorrow. So that is the important aspect. So this is very important. I think it is applicable to you and it is applicable to your students. So you will have to develop all these capabilities when you are developing your students. Very important question now. What is expected from educational institute? You will tell that I don't know why Patil sir called this person from industry. बहुत ही ज्ञान सिखा रहा है हमको, बहुत बातें कर रहा है, उसको अलाउ किया बात करने के लिए. ऐसा कोई इंडस्ट्री रहता है क्या? पहला कंपनी है क्या या ऐसा चलता है? Friends, yes, that can be your viewpoint and I respect that. But try and understand why 10 people give interview and only 2 are selected. Because these 2 either get formal training like this or they are gifted, and that is why these 2 are selected. I agree that there are only 2 positions, but why remaining 8 are not so competitive? How one can filter? These are the characteristics on which people are filtered. So what is expected from educational institute? Let us go into details of that. See, the student, this is quite big slide. I will not read everything, but will tell essence of that. See, every individual is individual, and one will have a lot of career opportunities, and people will have different aptitude, people will have different attitude, and you can't deal with all and you cannot cater to all. That is very clear. But what definitely you can do is bottom 3 things. Make people understand.
NEP sir. लेक्चर चांगलं आहे म्हणून जरा ऐकणं चालू आहे.
सर तुमचा स्पीकर चालू आहे.
अरे अरे.
Okay. So there are 3 important things. हमने स्टूडेंट को मार्केट एनवायरनमेंट क्या है उसका अवेयर करना चाहिए. There is going to be recession, there is huge demand, there is no demand, there is technology change, whatever. We should ask student to introspect कि ये सब सिचुएशन में आप कहाँ फिट होते हो. That we should ask. And we should make student motivated to understand what is self-interest, what is aptitude, and what is the career path for me. Other day I was talking, I don't remember with whom I was talking, and I told that person that in my college days I was fairly good cricket player. And I was shortlisted for university selection camp, where for to select 16 people, they used to call 50 people in the camp. I went to camp and I realized that looking at talent over here, I am definitely not going to get selected in 16 because it is my limitation. So that is not the area where I should explore myself. So probably cricketing is not my field. Then this was a final year subject. This was my final year episode. I also told that person that very next year I completed my graduation. I started working in a company, automotive company, and all of a sudden a very senior lawyer from city invited me and told me that after 2 hours, Chief Justice of India is going to deliver lecture over here, and you are going to do comparing of that program. The difference between I telling myself I am not a good cricket player, and after 6 months, a senior most lawyer from the city asked me that you conduct program of Chief Justice in the city. That was trigger to me that my oratory skills are better than sportsmanship, and that is my interest, and I should pursue that. So I can be a good communicator, I can be a good influencer, where the louder communication skills are required, where large gatherings are to be addressed, where influential members will come, and probably I chose that I should choose the path of project management, I should choose the path to be coordinator and manage my career path accordingly. I just gave example. I was imagining what I did before 36 years. So just share example. It's not that I did something great, but I told myself that you are not going to be a good cricket player. Probably you are going to be a good communicator. So that you need to conclude and choose your professions accordingly. So you will have to ask student, A, they should understand what is going into the environment, market. You should ask them to introspect, friend, who are you and how you will cope up with the situation, and analyze what is your interest, what is your aptitude, and hence what is your career path that we need to tell. Now, these are comprehensive slides. I am not going to get it. I will request Patil and sir and Rafi sir that this presentation is for people consumption. You can circulate to all. That's not a problem. I will send PDF to you. But broadly, there are 3 roles. Somebody asked me that how I should categorize students. So it's a checklist of 20 questions. You can probably assess student on maybe 10 part of it and check whether that fellow falls into leadership or entrepreneur category, whether he falls under innovative or problem solver category, or he is just executor assistant category. Higher the gravity, person will be leader. Lower the gravity, person will be assistant. So these are typical questions which you should ask and sort out how the student is, what is the profile. Not necessarily the academic performance of that student decide this. These are the points which are along with academic performance. These are the parameters that we should use. I have summarized this. You use this file. I will not go into details of that. Otherwise, this itself will consume 2 hours. But I have summarized this. You need to identify, and following 12 characteristics are very important. In fact, in my company, we drive this program. Whenever anybody new person joins, after 6 months, we tell him that, friend, these are the things that we look at you. Again, teaching these characteristics is not my job today. I am talking about framework of skill development. So do you have clarity about yourself? Do you know what job you are doing? Do you know what are challenges in this job? Is clarity. Do you know, are you capable of doing this job? Do you have adequate skill of doing it? Is competence. What is the degree of confidence you have when you work? What is your confidence level? With what confidence level you answer question? With what confidence level you deal with the problem is confidence. What is your creative nature? ये क्यों नहीं किया? तो आप बोलते हैं सर आपने बोला नहीं. ये क्यों किया? मैंने तो आपको नहीं बोला था. तो वो बोलता है सर ये इंटरेस्टिंग था, इससे कुछ नया होगा, इसलिए मैंने किया. द फर्स्ट वन इज फॉलोअर एंड द सेकंड वन इज क्रिएटर. उसको बोला नहीं था तो भी उसने किया, और दूसरा बोलता है आपने बोला नहीं इसलिए मैंने नहीं किया. There is something which is called as compliance. Somewhere the characteristics is written. Okay, conformance. मैंने बोला लेकिन आपने नहीं किया इज अ नॉन कन्फर्मन्स. अरे तुला सांगितलं होतं ना संध्याकाळपर्यंत संपव म्हणून. सर देयर वाज अ प्रॉब्लम, वो ऐसा था इसलिए मैंने नहीं किया. वो शाम तक आपने बोला था लेकिन वो नहीं हो पाया. इट्स अ नॉन कन्फर्मन्स. So creativity, improvement, initiative, conformance, capacity, communication, systematic way of working, teamwork, and temperament are the 12 characteristics which are assessed, which are studied. You need to see that apart from your curriculum, you develop a framework by which these 12 characteristics are developed. And that is how, and only that is how, your institute will stand out. हम बोलते हैं कि ये इंस्टीट्यूट के बच्चे अच्छे हैं. क्यों? वहां पे
भूषण कुठे रे?
हायर मेरिट के स्टुडंट्स जाते हैं.
बोलत.
सर पुन्हा तुमचा ऑन झालाय.
अरे व्हेरी सॉरी.
So one part is there are intelligent students. So only shortlisted students go there. IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur. Yes, only cream is there. But does not mean that there are no colleges in Pune and in in Nanded and in Muradabad where students do not compete with IITians. They do. A, based on individual merit, and B, based on how institute nurtures them. So nurturing these characteristics should be part of your framework. Naturally, you will ask question that how we can create framework. हमारा तो टीचिंग लोड इतना सारा रहता है, तो हमने क्या करना चाहिए? So there is some framework which I have in mind, which I am suggesting. If you feel it is appropriate, you can use it. Few things are purely technical, so not necessarily this is applicable for arts. So my apology, because I don't have much visualization in that area. But whatever I am saying is definitely useful for science, is used for MBA, is useful for engineering, is useful for pharmacy, and so on. Maybe to great extent it is useful for commerce. First is technology and management ability development. How you will do that? There are product development competitions. There are hackathons. There are coding competitions. There are business plan case study competitions. And there are open scholarships. And you need to push people at different levels. So you can have that institute level. There is some one level of mark which student will do, because that is one level of competition. If student escalates oneself to university, then competitiveness is further higher. If somebody wins coding competition at state level, the competence is further higher. Please. Then if somebody is at national level, that is further great. Microsoft launches coding competition. If somebody wins that, that is at further higher level. If your history student apply for some scholarship in the university or in the state or in the nation or in international, that is quite possible. Probably we are not exploring it. A geological survey, I have seen people with great profile. Engineers leave their routine profile and go into these kinds of job. So are we creating platform in our institute where people are motivated to take part in such areas and we push them? And remember, if you push 100 students, only 30 will work on this. But by that, you will create an environment. It is not that you are supposed to give it to 100. It is not that you are supposed to control 100. In a private company like ours, we cannot control more than 30% people. Forget, with a huge number, how you can control 100% students. But you can create the environment by which the competitive spirits are created in the field of technology and management is one. Communication, teamwork, and core competitiveness. This is everywhere, but do we really push people to excel? Quiz competition, cultural events, debate, elocution, paper presentation, drama, stand-up comedy, dance, essay, paper writing, article publishing, individual sports, team sports. These are various avenues available, and you need to assess where my students are figuring. They are just limiting themselves at college level. Is my college vibrant for these activities? Are my students coming at university level? And believe me, except selected, and I am making very conscious statement, you can note it down. Very popular organization, very successful organization give qualification criteria for campus interview as percentage of marks or percentile or CGPA, because they do not want to put their efforts in shortlisting. It is not that they respect too much for academics. And I'm making this as a conscious statement. Because once 2 years experience is over, nobody writes that your CGPA should be 4. Otherwise, do not apply. We do not say if you have less than 75% marks, do not apply. No advertisement you will find once somebody is with 2 years experience. In colleges, in institute, the numbers are so huge, so they do not have any option. They will not spend energy on taking first interview and shortlist. They will tell 70% and above only appear for interview. Because they know that in spite, even then there are 30 students and I want to take 2. So don't misunderstand me. The academic rating is just for shortlisting. I don't want to conduct interviews, hence I use that. And then you go for tier 2, tier 3, they definitely do not ask for marks. They talk to the person. They see how dynamic the person is. They see how you are competitive. They check what kind of failures you have sustained and how you have overcome. So these are the aspects which are seen. So basically, some friend who asked the question to me that how to shortlist, is there any checklist? So this typical checklist is useful to know the interest of a person, and on the basis of which you can categorize, was my answer. And these are the areas where you can groom. Communication, teaming, and competitiveness happens through this. Next, extracurricular skills. So in college, we know it's a fundamental teaching. But if I want to learn practical aspect, I should learn fundamental in college, but I should join technological course. I could join management course. I should join a language course. I should visit industry exhibition. I should visit workshop, seminar, conferences. Why science students are not visiting workshop, the industry exhibition? They should. Why commerce students are not attending software seminars? Because it is going to form their career. How many commerce professors are attending data analytics programs? Don't you know that a lot of commerce data is being analyzed for decision making? So how we will develop how market dynamics is moving if we don't do that? So what is the formal structure in your institute by which you send your students for workshops, seminar, and conferences? I know you are conducting in your college. And I am not saying that how many conferences and workshop of other educational institute you are organizing, you are participating. How many industry workshops and seminars and conferences your students and professors are attending will decide their introspection, awareness, and market understanding. Why you should not go and attend FICCI's program, CII's program? Why not? just because they are not academic in nature, but they are practical in nature. And in
Yes.
educational institute, you are supposed to do the theory, as well as you should understand where the practices are going. Why engineering professors should attend TPM programs when industry is following that particular management tool for efficiency improvement? Why a college does not implement 5US program when it is an organization? Something like that. I am not criticizing. I am telling these are the ways of looking at it. Why people are not, students are not going for, why you are not promoting to go to adventure camp? You never know who is member of that adventure camp. He can be chief executive officer of Kirloskar Cummins. Probably that is your next in campus person. The person can be from Garda Chemicals. He can come to environment department to conduct the training program. You never know. The student can make
Yes.
rapport with that person. Why don't you understand this particular aspect? We should do it. And not necessarily that you are sending 500 students in adventure camp. Students are good enough. They are your brand ambassador. We don't send 5 ambassadors to America, to USA to increase, to make our relationship better. We send one good ambassador to America to make good relationship. That's the way the framework has to be created, and that's the way the framework has to be executed. Then position of responsibility. Now in politics, unfortunately, we have rowdy behavior. That is why we avoid it. But this is the factory of creating leaders. Unfortunately, the tools are not right, which is okay. But that is my culture today. So the office bearers are my potential members. So be it at hostel, be it at college level, be it what we say, your hobby clubs, be it technology clubs, who takes leadership is important. And according to their leadership, if somebody is general secretary and coming from election, please don't expect that person to be number one in academics. We should tell him that how to generate more money for institute from government. Probably he can be future entrepreneur. We don't know, because that fellow has. So that is how it should be looked at. So trust me, be it hostel elections, be it college elections, be it leadership of mentor club, be it leadership of hobby clubs, these are the people, those who come forward. Who comes forward? Those who have initiative, those who have courage, those who have ability to do hard work, those who have ability to take pressure will come forward. These are, somebody asked how to shortlist people. Those who come forward for such kind of activities, you will have to pick them up and use them based on their strength and weaknesses, and push them for that career opportunities. These successes are going to be your brand ambassadors. And if you do it for 10% students, there are 20 more percentage those who will be queuing. Once you reach to 30%, 20% will follow automatically. And remaining 50% people are going to criticize you, but you are reducing your criticism from 70% to 50%. In my opinion, you cannot reduce your criticism by below 50%. In my organization, 50% people say my management is useless. In your institution, 50% student will tell the staff is useless.
Very true.
And for government, 50% of us will tell this government is useless. Be it India, be it America, be it China, be it Japan, be it Europe. So that is the pattern. But I need to assess, if I am at 70, I should be careful. I should be watchful and I should take action.
Very good.
Work experience. Now, it is not that people are going for internship. Now, I am talking about engineering, and people are deciding who gives internship money, and internships are decided as per that. Absolutely okay. Nothing wrong. But if I am interested and if somebody is telling I will give only commuting expenses, but I will teach you on embedded technology, I think it is your role as leaders to tell, do not look at 30,000 rupees of internship. Look at you are getting opportunity in embedded and learn that, because cost of learning will be 2 lakhs rupees. Go and do that. That is the way in which we should look at. So whether I am doing internship, whether I am doing part-time job, whether I am doing short duration job, whether I am working on assignment basis, these are the activities for which we should motivate the students. And that is how we are developing the skills. You are not supposed to teach them. You are supposed to motivate them. Just based on travel reimbursement, don't worry, slog for 3 hours and go. Don't you think I am aware there are how many people? 80 participants in this program. I am sure 20% of you, that means maybe something like 15 people, for sure, your relatives must be in USA for education. Don't they work part-time? Don't they work in library? Don't they work in restaurants there? Don't they assign the technical assistant for assignment checking? Why they are doing it? Because living is not affordable. If living is affordable and they get experience, luckily, if in India living is affordable, why don't we do it with lesser cost, with lesser money? And why don't we motivate them? This is a creation of framework. That is what I mean, that educational institute should create the framework. Somebody asked the question of how to create value-based thinking. There was some question, if I am right.
दोन तीनदा बोलू शकतो. बाहेर गेलो. पुढे बाहेर गेलो. काय सांगतो दुपारी किती वाजता?
Sir, speaker सुरू झाला पुन्हा. Yes. Is your institute ahead in blood donation camp? Are you ahead in tree plantation? Have you executed some water harvesting projects? Do you have, if you have 100 students, whether your 5 students go for slum education programs? Are you part of any rescue operation in case of natural calamity? And list can go on. All these are value educations. And these are areas where either there is emergency or you don't have any personal benefits. And as you move up the ladder, these value-based learning comes very handy. And that is why whether your educational institute have a framework where you do this. Say, for example, I have wrongly written, I have just copied, it is my mistake. Blood donation camp. Have I participated in 2 blood donation camp, 4 blood donation camp, 8 blood donation camp, 100 blood donation camp? That decides the level of person. And what I was thinking is to create grading system for this framework. That is how I was looking at it. And that is how I created this model. We'll finish it in a couple of months. But this is how we should look at, and that will be education. I will just repeat how you should create the framework. Technology and management learning. Are you pushing your students? Communication, teaming, competitiveness. Are you giving them opportunity? Are you pushing them? Extracurricular learning. Do you have environment where people are attracted for such courses? Are you motivating elections and taking position of responsibility by self-interest? Do you promote your students, motivate them to take work experience? Do you develop social aspects in your student? Do you groom them for inculcating certain value? If these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements are there in your institute, and if you are motivating your students to start with 10%, maximum up to 30%, I am telling you, your institute will stand out in student grooming and um, in in skill development. To conclude, to know and to experience are far different things. You know this model is one, and you have experimented this model in your institute are far different thing. It is something like I see photograph of sunrise and I see sunrise physically at the corner of Mahabaleshwar, or at the corner, standing at the corner of Raigad. Or this is one way, which is experiencing it, or seeing my brother has taken very good photograph of sunrise at Mahabaleshwar and sunrise at Raigad, and I say, yeah, I know how nice sunrise it is. And second is going physically there and experiencing it. So you will have to experiment. So what I am looking at, may I request educational leaders to understand industry through interactions. You must talk to industry people. You must attend industry workshops. You must go for industry exhibitions, subject of your interest or subject of not your interest. My request is, I will request couple of commerce students, professors and arts professors to go plastic exhibition. Don't ask any question about plastic. Just see how leaflets are created. Just see how they are presenting. Just see how they are using students on their platform. Just see how they are keeping chocolates on their desk to attract people. Just check how many of them are keeping water bottles. Just check how the signage are kept. Just check how announcements are made. You will understand where market is going. So this will help for grooming of students, because you will tell, my friend, I have seen personally how market is vibrating. And then I am telling you, this is important for you. My best wishes to all of you. Now session is open for question answer.
Thank you, Kulkarni sir. So the now session is open for discussion to all participants. Being the last day of this course before the valedictory, still we have sufficient time left for valedictory. Just I would now permit the participants that they can now unmute themselves and they can ask the questions. Now this session is for open discussion. आप लोग अपने सवाल रख सकते हो, आपको माइक में बोल सकते हो, आप चैट में लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. नाउ इट इज परमिसेबल फ्रॉम आवर साइड दैट यू कैन अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ इफ सम क्वेश्चंस आर देयर. Yes, Dr. Jitendra Singh Pal, you can ask the question. Any questions from participant side as the session is now over? Or if no questions are there, we can have a break of 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, we can have a valedictory session at 4:30.
One question I said I will address later, where I was just going through list of questions. Is there any test to categorize students? Yes, I answered that. And typical categories are You are leader manager category. 1. You are creative problem solver category. 2nd. And you are executor or assistant category. These 3 are the categories. At broader level, you can make it and you can groom students accordingly. To give example, I will take software because which is very prominent. If somebody is executor, you will tell him, her that learn coding and do coding job. You will be individual contributor. If the person is creative, you will tell, don't do ordinary coding, work on AI because that is higher level coding. You will perform because you are creative person. If somebody has leadership quality, you will tell, don't waste your time in coding, do project management, do MBA, and try to be leader, try to be manager of the activity instead of going into technicalities. So this is how categorization of student can be done. I have answered about value, that in the framework I told you, add the activities of social responsibility. I have answered entrepreneur versus entrepreneur. How we can improve the skill of students. As I told you, one is readily programs are available, but again go to framework. Rafi sir, circulate. I will give you PDF and you circulate to all participants. Whatever 6 areas which are listed, try and give exposure to the interested students in their area of interest. And that is how you can develop the skills. If somebody is academically interested, give him extracurricular program. If somebody is really adventurous, send him for adventure program. If somebody is communicator, send that person for debate competition or for paper presentation, something like that. Yes, I think I have checked all chat box and these are the questions. Okay. Over to you, Rafi sir.
So we can have a break, sir, for
That
5
is okay.
minutes. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely
Yes,
okay.
so after 5 to 10 minutes, we can take a break. Now it's 4:20. We can take a break, and at 4:30 for the validatory session, the chief guest, Mr. Mukund Kulkarni sir, will join us as a chief guest in the validatory session. So I now declare, with the permission of Kulkarni sir, that this session is over, and all of us, we will meet, including Kulkarni sir, at 4:30 for the validatory session.
Thank you.
जॉईन आहेत काही लोक.
Amol, you can start the university song. President of today's valedictory function, Professor Satish Patil sir, has joined our cloud meeting. So I would request Amol Madan to start the university song with a banner of valedictory function.
गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे
गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे
अभंगाचे ओवीचेही माय बोलीचे माहेर
वाऱ्यातही मराठीचे दिवे लख घरोघर संत महंतांचे विरागी गीत आमुचे कागडाचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे तंतु तंतु संघर्षाचा पैठणीत भिनलेला
नक्षीतच पक्षी पक्षी विजयाचा मिळलेला
सोन पहाट उदयाचे गीत आमुचे उजेडाचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे प्रज्ञेचा सूर्य नवा शब्द शब्द उजळून गेला समतेचा संगराचा अर्थ ढाळून गेला विराट विशाल संस्कृतीचे गीत आमुचे जीवनाचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे
Thank you, Amol. I would request all participants, those who have joined this cloud meeting, to open their camera for this valedictory session. All participants kindly open their camera for this valedictory session only. Being the last day of this NEP Orientation and Sensitization Program. This is the 10th NEP Orientation Sensitization Program being run by this UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, under the able leadership of our respected director, Professor Dr. Satish Patil sir. And already now we have announced the 11th NEP in the month of June, and in the same month 12th NEP will also be conducted. Till date, nearly 1900 teacher participants have been benefited by this NEP orientation and sensitization course since January 2024. As all of you know that the 8 core themes of NEP, that is Indian knowledge system, then ICT, multidisciplinary education, research and development, and then higher education and society, then student diversity. All major topics have been covered at by the resource person at pan-India level. So really the efforts of our respected director has been fruitful for all teachers, participants, and all of us have will carry something in our bag when it comes to delivering these things to our colleagues, to our friends and students. And today also we have witnessed a person who has a first-hand experience in the industry. So such a nice topic covered by our respected resource person, Mr. Mukund Kulkarni sir, on skill development. So it was really a nice lecture, and all the message given by him also will be carried forwarded to our students and colleagues. So it was really an honor and pleasure for all of us that such an eminent resource persons, right from the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mumbai University to the Pro Vice Chancellor of YCMU Nasik. Also, we had Dr. A. Vinod also delivering a talk from Kerala. So it was really a nice journey, and all of us have gathered something in our bags which we will carry it forward in the coming academic session, especially for those participants, those who are from Maharashtra. In the coming year, in UG, the NEP will be implemented. So I hope that all of you have gained something from this course, and your association with the UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, will be a long-term one. You can visit our website already. In this month, we have declared our annual program also, in which a faculty induction program, refresher courses and short-term course, separate annual program has been displayed on our website. So a long-term association is accepted from the participants. So not taking much of time, I would now request our respected chief guest, Mr. Mukund Kulkarni sir, to deliver a valedictory address to this valedictory function.
Good evening, everybody. I know that you heard me for 2 hours, so I shall keep that in mind and will not stretch this particular valedictory session. Friends, try and understand, we as Indian, we as country are at very significant crossroads. See, becoming 5th largest economy, then becoming 3rd largest economy are good points, no doubt about it. But penetrating that success across the education will have to play a major role. I will just give a single message and conclude my valedictory. My company has a very strong presence in Netherlands, and we have a Dutch partner. I have seen, I trust me, I am not exaggerating, but the east to west and north to south of Netherlands, because it's not too big, like travel 400 kilometers and you are across the country. But I have highly visited that country, very high on innovative index. On many indices, the country is better than Germany and Switzerland within Europe. Very competitive country, very competitive spirit. what I understood that I got two messages from them very loud and clear. They asked question once that Mukund, why there is such a huge variation in the talent pool which you exposed to Netherlands. I asked him means what? The person said that you have extraordinary people, which means they are better than Dutch people. So if there are 100, then 10 are better than Dutch. Then 20 people are like Dutch. Then maybe what? Another 25, 30 are slightly lesser than Dutch. And remaining 40, 45 are not acceptable to us. Why such a huge variation of finished students, finished engineers from you? He said that we have a very small band, but you produce very large band from, I'm sorry, but from really ordinary to really extraordinary. And the answer is in our education system. I'm not blaming you, but go to villages. I'm from village. I'm born, brought up in village worth 3,000 population. I passed my 10th standard from there. I know what are educational challenges. I have seen Dutch village of 2,000 people. I have seen a school there. So what I want to say that education creates foundation. It creates basic capability. It creates basic credential of young generation. And you are into that ecosystem. So my request to you is try and do better. We can't change scenario in one day. But the way our GDP is increasing, in the similar way, if we want to increase our per capita, then we will have to be better skilled, better equipped, better knowledgeable, better skilled, better efficient people. And education will have major role, be it kindergarten education, be it high school education, and be it university education. That is essential. I don't think so there is any substitute. Second message which my Dutch partner gave me, very, very important. And that is why I call you people as educational leaders and not lecturers and professors. He asked me question that, Mukund, your country maintains software of Federal Bank of Netherlands. But when I visit India, your roads are lousy. You are not in a position to maintain your roads. How come this is possible that a group of people from your country maintains a very complicated software of my federal bank? And at the same time, the roads which are made with age-old technology, you people are not in a position to maintain it in your country. And he himself answered, probably you have decided, not yet decided to maintain your roads properly. The message is we need to decide that we need to be better. Be it education, be it professional performance, be it roads, or be it civic discipline. We need to improve. There is no option. Otherwise, just by sheer population, we can be third largest country we can be third largest economy by GDP size. But we will be still, today, if you ask me, we are 130th rank when it comes to per capita, though we are ranked 5th in GDP, which means as a country we have money, but as an individual we don't. Because money is there because 140 crore people are transacting. Hence, there are more money which is transacting into the market. But per person money is less. And for that purpose, efficiency, effectiveness, and excellence are essential. You people are backbone of that activity. If you take this subject to heart, you can transform India. That is expectation, that is hope. My best wishes to you, and thanks for whatever good work you are doing for this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Indeed, your valuable contribution to this NEP on this one of the important topic, NEP, will be carried forward by our educational leaders, those who have joined this cloud meeting. So we are really thankful to you, sir. Now I would request our respected director, Professor Satish Patil, sir, to deliver a presidential remark to this valedictory function.
Good evening, all of you. The respected chief guest of this function, Shri Mukund Kulkarni, who is the director of the Global Expert Solutions of the Sambhajinagar. As we all know that since last 1.5 weeks, we are having experts their views sharing among all the participants, and we are trying our level best to invite the experts from the pan India. As this NEP orientation and sensitization program, which has started with the expert lecture of Dr. Milinji Morathe, after that, Dr. R.D. Kulkarni, Vice Chancellor of Mumbai University, Dr. B. Sen from YCMU, Dr. Rajnikar, and many other experts. They have interacted and shared their views, experts' views on the implementation of national education policy at the graduate and postgraduate levels. And as it has been pointed out by my colleague Dr. Rafe, the 8 core areas which was decided by the UGC to interact with all participants, with the experts, with a view that to improve the teaching pedagogy, teaching techniques, inculcation of skill, the framework which we need to prepare a curriculum is a job-oriented, market-oriented, to improve or to involve the component of innovation, incubation, and communication. And this framework, curriculum framework, should be outcome-based framework. With this view, we have tried to invite the experts from all over the India to have a brainstorming with you all participants. And today, respected Mukundji has given a very excellent message that the academic rating is just for shortlisting, but it is very important to inculcate the skills. And for that, we should be able to provide a professional opportunities into the market to the students, whether it is a research, whether it is a product development, whether it is a manufacturing or product-driven services, daily needs support services, communication services, or even administrative services and the knowledge-driven services. The role of the teacher is very, very important, because you know that our commitment to the students, society, and excellence is to be there, because we need to inculcate the basic human values. It has been rightly pointed out by Mukundji that we need to inculcate the basic human values to become a good teacher in ourselves, and then we could be able to deliver our best to the students. The role of the teacher, as it has been pointed out by Kulji and many other experts, that it should be a problem solver. It should actually really act as a mentor or trainer, and even support member to the students. You know that whenever, as he rightly pointed out, Mukundji, that the categorization level of the roles is very, very important, because whenever we are talking about the skills, we have to identify the nature of work, what risk involved and what is the driving force. And does the skill development means only a couple of technical, vocational, or the skill courses? He rightly pointed out. And what is required to become a good teacher, or what to improve the performance? That as it has been pointed out that he pointed out that the technical and technological skill are very important. That should be given to the students. Then the subject matter skills, people skills, personal and behavioral skills, commercial and legal skills, and learning, unlearning, and relearning skills. What he rightly pointed out. The most important part, what he highlighted, is that the responsibility. Because whenever we are talking about the responsibility, whether they are a member or office bearer or a leader for the events, that we have to have and recognize the responsibility. That is very, very important. Now, we need to grooming the students for personality characteristics versus the roles. Because you know that, as he rightly pointed out, Kulkarni sir, that every individual has a certain career interest, aptitudes, and personality characteristics. And you know that we have to prepare such an academic structure or framework that for the academic learning, along with the development personality characteristics, which will certainly help to shape the students holistically. Because you know that for that purpose, we have to inculcate in our curriculum that the common personality skills and the specific personality skills, what he rightly pointed out. He also highlighted the common characteristics what a student should have when we are going for assessment, and the basic characteristics which are demanded by the professional world. As he rightly pointed out, that whenever we are talking about the skills and how to, I think it has been a question asked by the participants, how much percentage of the skill is to be included into the industry training or job oriented on job training has to be very clear. I think though it is being outlined up to 20%, 25%, but it is not a matter that how effective you make a curriculum that students get an every opportunity to become an entrepreneur or employee of level 1, 2, 3, 4. And as he rightly pointed out, that whenever we wanted to motivate the students, we need to motivate the students for extracurricular learning also, because that is very, very important. Because you know that many students, they are found to be passionate in technology. They have skills, management skills. For that purpose, we must include the technology courses as extracurricular learning, management courses. And he is rightly pointed out, as we are being globalizing our education, the language courses. And as he rightly pointed out, the industrial exhibitions, that should expose our students to the industrial exhibitions, workshops, seminars, conferences, and even the adventure camps and expeditions at the level of 1, 2, 3, and even 4 also. So that we have to improve and inculcate the basic characteristics into students. As for the clarity, competence, confidence, creativity, patience, and even the communication, teamwork, and the temperament is concerned. I think Mukund Kulkarni sir has rightly pointed out what is required in the professional world. I believe that during this session, the whole 1 week orientation program, you all participants might have bagged all the informations, all the brainstorming, whatever the experiences shared by all the experts. You might have bagged it, and we will see that the same will be forwarded, passed on to the students to see that we should be instrumental in framing and shaping up the career of the students in either way. With this, I think I stop, and I thank you, Mukundji, for sharing his valuable time with us. Thank you very much.
So I'm really thankful on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, to our today's chief guest, Mr. Mukund Kulkarni sir, for sparing his valuable time and concluding this event through his address in the valedictory session as well as a resource person. Also, my special thanks to our honorable respected director sir for presiding over this valedictory function. And it is a humble request from the MMTTC office that all participants need to upload 3 documents. Right from day one, we are telling that one is your a nomination letter. Many questions were asked regarding the nomination letter. Nomination letter is a revealing letter or a permission letter that need to be uploaded, and your iCard and your photo. It is a mandatory thing. Even you have attempted all the questions, if you have attempted all the sessions and you have attended the examination, but still your certificate will not be processed. So it is a humble request from our side that all participants, those who have been active here, needs to upload their documents. Those participants, those who will fail to upload the documents in the prescribed time given in the WhatsApp group, their admissions or their candidature will be transferred to the June course. Kindly take a note of it. जो लोग अपलोड नहीं करेंगे, हमें पोर्टल में एक सिस्टम में एक सेटिंग दी गई है, वहां से हम आपके जो कैंडिडेचर है वो हम जून के कोर्स में हम ट्रांसफर कर देंगे. काइंडली टेक अ नोट ऑफ इट. सो आई एम आल्सो थैंकफुल टू ऑल पार्टिसिपेंट दोज हु हैव वेरी enthusiastically joined this NEP orientation and sensitization course. Couple of days there were change in the timings, but still participants have been joined on time. So we are really thankful on behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center. So examination will be conducted on Friday. Day after tomorrow, examination will be there from 11:30 to 12:30, and MCQ's examination will be there. The link of the examination will be pasted in the WhatsApp group. So I'm really thankful to all participants also. So before concluding this session, with the permission of our chair, Professor Patil sir, I would now request Amol to play the national anthem, and I would now request all the participants and the dignitaries join to stand up for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. Thanks so